Ah, good evening. I hope all is well. My name is Kalan and welcome. I don't want to take up too much of your time. I just want to share a few thoughts because I've been in a very reflective, very pondering state of mind lately. And I was thinking about how sometimes when I come into my studio space, I just sit down and breathe. I don't worry about the cameras. I don't worry about what's around, if the place is messy, if I have something that I'm working on that I don't want to share to be seen and having to hide things and move things around and all of that, right? I don't think about that. I don't think about, wow, I didn't record anything today. I didn't take any pictures today. I'm going to lose followers. I'm going to lose subscribers. I'm going to lose whatever because I didn't do something that requires me to get out of a zone just to display what I'm doing or what's going on for somebody else's entertainment. Now, of course, someone can come along and say, well, here you are making videos, here you are posting, you know, and for the sake of, okay, I'll just say, okay. We live in an age where social media is everything, where we get our news, current events, drama, fixations, everything that we can think of. I understand that social media is a great tool and there's lots of benefits. And I also get that there are individuals that use social media for the opposite side of that spectrum. And so being able to navigate that is something that takes time and it takes a lot of will because it's so easy to get caught up and distracted. So, getting back to my point, I've asked myself, and I've asked a few other artists that I'm very much strongly connected with, whatever happened to the peace that came with creating in silence? Why does it feel like in today's world, every artist has to turn their creative space into a stage? We have to film every brushstroke. We have to show every time when we pick up our brushes, we have to show which ones we're going to use today and do so elegantly. If we want to go and get in the corner and just sit and think, we have to show that too. We have to use these lights and make cinematic camera movements to make people want to be invested in what's going on in our space. We find that even major artists such as Damien Hirst. Now, it doesn't matter if you agree with him, if you like him, his art, what he does, what he stands for. But as an example, an artist who is extremely well established, extremely wealthy. However, here he is all over social media in his studio doing twirls and slinging paint and using all types of emotionally charged music in his little 7, 9, 15-second videos. Why? It would seem that he could be someone locked away in a basement doing whatever, and no one would ever question that and just show up, drop off his art, and keep it moving. Since when did being unseen become such a bad thing? Now, here's the truth that nobody seems to want to say in today's creative, entertaining world. Creating in peace is not at all being lazy. It's not falling behind. It's sacred. We hear a lot of artists talking about the creative flow, getting into the flow state. For me, when I get in the flow, I do not want to be interrupted. When I am in the flow, it's just me. It's just the brush. It's the paint. It's the canvas. It's the thoughts, the feelings, the emotion, all of this. And I want that for me at that moment, in that time. It's not something that I want to be sharing, exposing. I'm not thinking about lights and angles and cameras and movements and all of this stuff. I don't see how someone can be in the flow state and having to stop at every moment to switch camera angles, to do close ups, to do headshots, to do over the shoulder shots for one little brushstroke, put it down, and then move the camera to do another shot from a different angle. You are not in the flow state. That is not conducive to flowing creativity. That is pure performative entertainment. And if you disagree, I would love to hear about it in the comments. Social media today tells us that we have to be visible to be relevant. I'm sure if you have a social media presence and say if you were posting every day, 2 or 3 times a day, on your stories, posts, reels, and whatever, on maybe even multiple platforms. And then something happens. You go on vacation, or you get invited to an art event, or there's a family emergency, and you have to be gone for a period of time. And when you come back, follower count has dropped drastically. No one's engaging. Your entire algorithm has changed to something that you don't even recognize. And when you do post, when you do show your face again, when you do show your art again, it's even harder to be seen. As long as we are performing and entertaining, spinning that wheel, being visible, we're relevant. And as soon as life happens, we're no longer relevant. Well, in the corporate world, there's a name for that. I'll let you look it up. The world that we're living in today does not need more content. Artists do not need to push themselves to create more content for that wheel. What the world needs is more truth, more authenticity, more challenges to what we are being told we need and should be doing when it's at our detriment. The world needs more artists who are not afraid to disappear into their work and to come out changed by the revelations they found within it. So if you've been feeling guilty for disappearing into your workspace to create in peace, to create in silence, to clear your head of all of the noise, I'm here to tell you, don't. Don't feel guilty. Don't apologize. Protect your peace. Create your way. When you come back to share, it will be from truth, not pressure. Because silence isn't absence, it's depth. And around here, we don't perform the process, we live it. And I hope you do too. Thank you for joining me. Catch you in the next one. Peace.